I realize this video is going to make me sound a little bit like an old head, but photographers today, at least beginners, people who are just getting into it, more so than ever, are just obsessed with this instant gratification of needing to somehow make it to the end of their career before they even started. I know we see all of these things online and all of these cool, fancy, big shoots, and you're like, ooh, there's an opportunity for me to go make a bunch of money. Ooh, there's an opportunity for me to look cool in front of all of these people. That's what I want. Sign me up. But what you're not really anticipating is that everyone that you see at that level, at the high end of photography, started because money had nothing to do with it. Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Sergio and I'm a commercial photographer here in Victoria, BC, and I've been shooting a little over a decade now, and I can tell you without question that I still shoot stuff for free today. Now, one of the things I think is the most important that we all want in photography, especially if you're watching this channel, is you're trying to make money in photography. But the thing is, you're trying to skip too many steps. It's as if you're not enjoying those steps in the process, which might feel like taking us 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of vibe. It might feel like that in the moment, but it's only going to propel you further, kind of like a catapult. Spending money to make money, right? How about spending your time and your energy to make money? I feel like a lot of the times we're like, oh, I feel like a lot of the times when we're thinking about doing something for free, we're forgetting that we're getting something for free. I feel like there's a little bit too much of this obsession over day rates and having to make X amount of dollars, or like, oh, the industry standard is this amount of money, and if I'm working this amount of hours, then I should be expecting this amount of money. As photographers, a lot of us are contract-based, a lot of us are goal-based, a lot of us are project-dependent paid. Not hourly, not like, oh, I put this amount of work in, I should get this amount of money out. If you're bragging about spending a bunch of time editing and how much longer it took you to do this or that and the other, that just means you're not efficient and you're not as good as someone who's better than you, who might be charging even more than you. Don't brag about how much time you've spent working on something. It doesn't make you look any better than you think it does. But this obsession over like needing everything right away, and as if like doing stuff for free isn't actually beneficial. Like, doing stuff for free is the reason I have a career today. I'm not saying that like, you need to bend over and not have any boundaries and let yourself get walked all over, but like, if you have the time to watch this YouTube video, which is free, learning educational content, you should have the same amount of time to go assist someone for free educational content. You just need to soak in all of that stuff as much as you can. You're not going to get everything in one shoot. You're not going to like learn how to be a pro in assisting one photographer one time. Should at least go find other opportunities to make money. If this is something you can learn from, if this is an opportunity that you can gain from, you should absolutely be working for free. Like being on the set of a shoot that you would like to direct one day is invaluable. It's having all of those people together in that one moment. It's a once in a lifetime sort of opportunity. So you should jump on those as much as possible, because you never know what you're going to learn and who you might meet in the process. Like, as oftentimes, even me personally, I've been on shoots where it's like, oh, so-and-so didn't show up. Can you take the camera? I used to be like a Sherpa for weddings. I used to carry light stands. I would be basically just like, the grunt worker that would follow the photographers and the videographers and just assist in any way that I can, even if that was just running coffees. But every now and then I would ask a little question, or I would ask a little tidbit, or I would realize like, oh, why did they use that lens for this scenario and this lens for that scenario? Or, all of those tiny little details that you can't really Google, but you will pick them up and soak them up when they are present in your face. You're faced with something that is new or different. You're like, oh, what is this? Like, you won't know to search for those things on YouTube if you don't know they exist to begin with. Being on set, being in a situation that you actually want to be in more often is going to land you like some of those golden nuggets that you're not expecting. But back to what I was saying is just being this Sherpa, like oftentimes if the head photographer, the B-roll photographer wasn't showing up, or if they needed additional shots, let's say of the rings, I would often step up, or we'd be asked to step up. And you know what, now that I think about it, like shooting all of those like rings and engagements type of details, because it was like the third camera operator who would do it, or basically like it would fall on me. It's funny how like it has sort of come full circle in that I mostly just shoot still life now. But yeah, that was like kind of like one of my first little ventures in shooting with a macro lens and shooting at like f/16 and realizing there's still not enough depth of field. And yeah, anyway, that's a sidebar. But working for free is why I still have a career today, because it's reminding me that I got into this because I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy just taking a photo and then looking at it and realizing this is a moment that I captured or that I froze or whatever, and I can be like, oh, whoa, this didn't used to exist and now it exists as ones and zeros on this little sensor. As much as I, have a career in photography, and I'm obviously thinking about money and I'm thinking about the logistics of how to run a business, photography is the fun part. The photography, the getting to shoot is the stuff I'm always the most excited about. It's the funnest part of it. If I don't have enough opportunities to shoot for myself, and there are people around me that are shooting, I can jump in on those sets. I would pay to be there. I don't need to get paid to be there. I am already gaining something from it. If you're spending money on workshops and especially if they're like Zoom workshops or like, virtual things, why wouldn't you spend a tiny bit of your time and energy to go assist those shoots around you and to go work for free? Work for free. Just go be in those situations and offer yourself, because you're going to gain so much more than you give. You have to. You're a low-level assistant. You're not going to be giving that much. But if you're in a situation that you've never been in, you'll be gaining a whole lot. We all like to make the joke of like, oh, exposure doesn't pay the bills. I don't get paid in exposure. But like, we kind of do. Over time, you absolutely do. You won't next month, but maybe next year, maybe in 2 years from now. I didn't start this YouTube channel with the intention of making millions of dollars from ad reads. Oh, there she goes. But I did start this YouTube channel with the intention of growing my name and my network as a photographer just by having more people know who I am. And sure, maybe the first month it didn't work. Maybe this first year it didn't work. But over time, it will snowball just like my career has. And as long as I keep showing up, even if I'm doing it for free, it still will land me those jobs in the future. One of my best friends is a tattoo artist, and the early parts of his career were spent going to different conventions all across Canada, and maybe he wasn't breaking even, especially at the start. Or if he was, that was lucky, and every time he would, it was like, oh, well, maybe this costed me a little bit of money, but my network grew. More people know who I am. More people can remember me the next time they need a tattoo. And that's what you need to focus on. That's what you need to worry about. It's like, can you make it to the end of the month? Good enough. If you can't, we'll find a different way to make money if this is what you actually want. There's nothing wrong with that at all. If anything, like if you can focus on making money in a different way, you can create the absolute best, most engaged photography that you can, because you can just create whatever it is that you want. If you don't have to worry about making money with photography, you could just create the absolute greatest stuff in the world and then try to land these jobs with other people. But you don't have to worry about trying to make all of these little $50 here, $50 there, $100 there. And it's like, oh, if I assist here, at least I'll make like $60. Like, no, take that $60 and reinvest it into your own self and your own business, into your own experiences, and then take them with you forever. Like if you think of spending money on things versus spending money on experiences, sure, in the moment, it might feel like $1,000 on an experience is like, oh man, that's a lot of money for just for just a feeling. But that experience will stay with you for the rest of your life, barring a few like bad diseases that nobody likes. But the shiny new thing, won't be with you probably in 6 months from now. So just worry about the experiences that you're having as a photographer that will eventually land you something else, just because of your network growing, because of your skills growing, because of your soft skills growing, just because of all those little things that you don't know what to Google, you don't know what to search for in a YouTube video. Well, if you're presented in all of these situations that you've never been presented, well, now you'll be able to soak up some information that you don't even know you don't know yet. And that's what's absolutely invaluable about working for free. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, this is just a step backwards in my career. I'm trying to make money. Why would I work for free? Do it. Do it because you love it. And trust me, you will gain from it eventually. Thanks for watching. Another little head nod. No matter how much I think about it, I still always head nod on the outro. So, I mean, I guess it's just part of my thing now. Leave a like if you liked it, maybe subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.